And welcome to the show, everybody. That's new from Astute. My vinyl finally in hand this week, thanks to the U.S. Postal Service and Petty Bunko Records. The new album is out featuring Richie Charles, David Nance, Daniel Provenzano, and E. Rob from various bands, including Clock Cleaner, Watery Love, and Writhing Squares, who we're going to hear later on as well. The new album is out, and we heard No Queen. We heard Butcher behind that from France from 1985 on the Jungle Hop International label. And a track from their album Your Hell, brand new from Heavy Metal. Prior to that, just keep cranking out the records and singles and everything else, what have you. Heavy Metal, and a track entitled Just Up, by the way, Motorbike. And it's a new single on the Total Punk label. From Germany, 1980, 39 Clocks, DNS. Andre Gibson did I'm Falling. And starting off the radio program today, from her new album, Songs of Resilience, we heard Clementine March and Eternité, that is brand new on the Lost Map label out of England. And a hello to you all. Survived another crazy-ass week. But I hope you're all doing well. A year into the show, and we're happy to chug along every 2 weeks. Brian Turner with you for about 2 hours, maybe more. We've got a very special show planned today, as it is the 3rd anniversary of the passing of Mark E. Smith. So we're going to dedicate the second hour to the show to yet another of a reach into the grab bag of some cool Mark-related rarities with the fall and some other stuff. There's some pretty deep digging. This time we're going to hear some pretty wild demos and tape collages and some other kind of below-the-radar fall artifacts, as well as some cool live tracks as we've done on shows past. But thinking fondly to Mark on this 3rd anniversary. But lots of other music ahead. I hope you stay tuned. We are keeping the show up on Apple Podcasts. You can also stream from Mixcloud. And I put the last one up on SoundCloud with a link. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how many of you folks out there prefer SoundCloud as well. So you can stream from SoundCloud if you so desire. If not, you can check out the 15 other ways of streaming, or write to me with a self-addressed stamped envelope and I will record an 8-track tape for you and send it to you via the U.S. Postal System. Any way we can accommodate our customers, that is both mine and Crazy Eddie's motto. All right, we're going to move in to new release on the Black Fire label. It's an archive of Jimmy Gray's independent soul and jazz label and collective that he ran out of Richmond in Virginia between 75 and 93. I've heard some of this stuff, Oneness of Juju and Bayard Lancaster. This is something I've not heard that I like quite a bit, from the collaboration between Lon Moshe and the Southern Freedom Orchestra. This is called Doing the Carvin' for Thabo, from an album called Love Is Where the Spirit Lies.
Ja, das Band los, Fabian, bitte spielen Sie eine letzte Gitarre. Lauter, Happy. Das macht mir selber
juste, juste un moment, c'est tout. Elle voulait juste finir ensemble, elle se dit.
And that is new from Jason Henn here on the program. And a song called Davy Jones, Situationist, from an LP release called Jazz Pigs in High School. Came out in October. Jason is of the Philadelphia group Honey Radar. And I just heard this week. Sounds mighty awesome. We heard the Hipsters doing a cover of the Trogs, 665-4321. USA from France did Dans S'Accord from their Self-Lick LP from 2018. Deficit des Années Antérieures, DDAA, a long-term French experimental group going back to the 1980s. And somebody was just asking me this week, my friend Anthony, who said, I wonder where they are now. And it actually seems they're still recording, which is pretty awesome. That is courtesy of a new compilation on the Chocolate Monk label, run by Mr. Dylan Niukas out of Brighton, England. It's on a compilation of various label stuff called Fug Gum Volume 4. And it looks like there's a whole bunch of new Chocolate Monk stuff out, which is certainly worth your time to check out. DDAA. Playing a lot of French stuff lately, maybe because I'm being on Efferlegang radio. Maybe I don't know, it's a little subconscious, but not really, I guess. Say hello to our French friends today. We also heard from Flor Oers from Germany somewhere in the 1990s. Total primitive crash and bang of some heavy stature. Thanks to Tom for turning us on to that record, which I picked up this week in a very low-tech paper sleeve, 2 LPs, no markings, but a whole lot of noise. Flor Oris. We also heard from the People's Victory Orchestra from a record that I actually forgot I had until I was digging around trying to fix a shelf this weekend, and then it popped out. What a great record, too, that one is. It's called Weltschmerzen. And I looked up to see what exactly Weltschmerz means in German. It means world pain or world weariness. The kind expressed by someone who understands that physical reality can never satisfy demands of the mind. And it was a kind of descendant of the thinking of Lord Byron and Nikolaus Lenau and Hermann Hesse, among others. I'm just reading the entry here, but I was looking to see where else that word was used besides the title of the People's Victory Orchestra record, and it has been used in several things, including Season 3, Episode 11 of The Big Bang Theory, and also in Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. It's a song title from Napalm Death, and most importantly, it appears in the Monty Python Confuse a Cat episode. So this is a word with quite a bit of heft and influence. But yes, this is a great record. People's Victory Orchestra were a 1973 New York City art and music collective, and this album is pretty great. Definitely dug it playing it this week. We heard so much more in that set. So sorry for the long set, though. But sometimes it's hard to get out of them, you know what I mean? We also heard some music from Lon Moshe and a track from the Black Fire label from the Love Is Where the Spirit Lies record, recorded with the Southern Freedom Orchestra. And we heard Doin' the Carvin' for Thabo, once again on the Black Fire label, which takes us to here. Thanks for joining us. My name is Brian Turner, and I'm with you for about another hour. The show airs every 2 weeks, and it's up on BrianTurnerShow.com. That's where the playlists and archives are. Widget to Mixcloud stream. You can also check out Buzzsprout, and some other places. And after the show airs, the next successive Wednesday, we air it live on Effer Gang Radio in Paris, where it streams at 4 p.m. Paris time, 10 a.m. Eastern time, with some friendly friends hanging out. So do check in. Say hello if you're there. And they have a YouTube page as well, which is where all these shows go up. So far, 5 of them. But all of the shows in totem, BrianTurnerShow.com. All right? Too much information. I know. It's hard. It's early. We are going to pay tribute to Mark E. Smith for an hour or so, playing lots of rarities and live stuff. A lot that haven't been heard. I think pretty much all of them that haven't been heard on the previous programs that we did on KFJC and WFMU. So I hope you stick around. It's going to dig a little deep into some rehearsal tapes and things like that, so it should be pretty cool. We'll see how it falls together, hopefully in a good form. But thinking of Mark E. Smith today. We're going to hear one more track, though, before that. And it's very nice to see a new release from Philadelphia's The Writhing Squares. Writhing Squares. This is new, called Rogue Moon, from their forthcoming album on the Trouble in Mind label. It's coming out in March, and it is called Chart for the Solution. Let's check this out.
Entrances uncovered. Street signs you never saw. All entrances delivered. Entrances uncovered. Street signs you never saw. All entrances uncovered. A courtesy winter. Entrances uncovered. And trees rip away the signs. Entrances uncovered. And you got Maggie in the library, working off his hangover. 3:30. The spleen goes about 3:15, but it's usually around 3:30. The mad kid walks southside towards me, and his mother was a cleaning lady. This day on the road, his mother had a large black dog, and the mad kid said to his mother, "Give me the lead, give me the lead, give me the lead." I was stood opposite the alcoholics tryout house, and the lawn was littered with cans of alcohol-free lager. There was an Austin Maxi parked outside, an Austin Maxi with feminist and anti-nuclear stickers on the side, anti-nicotine stickers on the side. The men inside reenacted a bar without the beer. Well, give me a bomb or give me a cigarette. And there's a feminist, should not have drinkers around. But anyway, on the road, 2 days before, the mad kid had said to me, he's about 7, "I can take both of you on. I'll take both of you on." He just got back from the Backward Kids Xmas party. He had a black cardboard archbishop's hat with green fuzz, skull and crossbones. They looked like a victim of a pogrom. So us is 4 lights, and I have 3 lights. Most of us have 3 lights, and the dumb have 2 lights, and there is 1 light left. The science law. The science law. Courtesy Winter. Spiders and all these things. The Industrial Revolution made a serious decision for the hobgoblins in the north. Help me! Help me! Spiders and all these things. Stop, 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 stop. You think that's the pipes that turns on the lights? I said hobgoblins. I said hobgoblins. A Bolleroy is a home hobgoblin. I look nice already. I said hobgoblins. I said hobgoblins. Past my home at night. They are not alright. 10 times my age. 1/10 my height. I said hobgoblins. I said hobgoblins. Cause of the all-night mill. But evil emigres from old green glades. Pretentious, eh? I said hobgoblins. I said hobgoblins. They'll get ya. So Queen Victoria is a large black slug in Piccadilly, Manchester. I said hobgoblins. And they sing, we cannot walk the floor at night in peace. At night in peace. At night in peace. I said hobgoblins. I said hobgoblins. At night in peace. At night in peace. At night in peace. The evil is not in extremes, it's in the aftermath, the middle mass, the vulturous in the aftermath, after the fact, the middle mass, the vulturous in the aftermath, too late, it's when it goes the last, the middle mass, the vulturous in the aftermath. dope and cider man. Well, during the season, hard drugs and cider mates. The boy is like a tape loop. The boy is like a But is running from a middle mass. And not much contact. Drinking the bent weights. They are set at naught. Cause crippled states are holy states. Cause crippled states are holy states. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, it took us 6 years. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. It's been a long, long time, but the Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht's never got in here. Oh, Wehrmacht never got in here. And living here you whisper, bud. And living here you whisper, bud. Boy is like a tape loop, and he has soft mitts, but he's the last domain of a very, very black backroom brain. He learned a word today. It was misanthropy, and he's running to and from the cats from Timpan Alley, and he's running with and from the cats from the alleys of Timpan, and he's going down the alley to meet the cats from the alleys of Timpan. The alley's full of cats from Timpan. The alley's full of cats from Timpan. Come into the back room, Brian. Come into the back room, Brian. Come into the back room, Brian. To the back room, Brian, and meet the middle mass, vulturous in the aftermath, after the fact, the middle mass, vulturous in the aftermath.
The most merciful thing in the world is man's inability to correlate all of his mind's contents. But the sciences one day, some say it is already upon us, will eventually open up such terrifying vistas of reality that we'll either go mad from the revelation or flee into blissful sleep, peace and safety of another new dark age. I'm Mark Edward Smith.
As I said, it was a dream of dark dripping stone, of a fractured voice whose vowels were impenetrable. I was not stoned, Professor, honestly. My grant has run out, but the only two vowels or sounds frequently repeated that I could make out were...
No, wrong song. Stop. Come on, come on. Yes, we are the fall. We were spitting, we were stepping. Pop out, as if from heaven. Up from the north, where there is no wage packing jobs for us, thank Christ. As young married couples discuss the poverties of their self-filled traps, and the junior clergy demand more cash, we spit in their plates and wait for the ice to melt. We are the four, we are five, one less than dice. My face is slack, and the kidneys burn, in the small of my back, I will never learn. But I'm going back to the slow life, 'cause every step is a drag. And pieces are kind of materials you never catch. Come on for a snatch. I'm from hell once in a while. 'Cause I am Jack from a burning ring. My face is slack and I think. Just think. Too fast to ride, too fast to work. I just burn. I eat french fries, I live on pies, I'm 45. Cause I am Jack from a burning ring. My face is slack and I think. I just drink. Too fast to ride, too fast to work. I just burn. I pull down left-wing trades and the musical trades and on free trade. I said eat this grenade. Cause I am Jack. I saw people from one end and they are smart. They are smart, their brains are half, they never end, just follow trends, but I am Jack. But I am Jack. I'm sick of pool, it's a stupid game, it's all the same. Cause I am Jack from a burning ring. My face is slack and I think. Just drink. Too fast to ride, too fast to work. I just we are the ball. I pull down left-wing trades and the musical trades like Rolling Stone. I disgrace the jerk, to right. And musical trades and on free trade. Setting this grenade and on free trade. Setting this grenade. Cause I am Jack.
loose grip like the father at the table, learning and a choice to his toes. Well taught Victorian, small Victorian child, small Victorian child, small Victorian child, small Victorian child, small Victorian child. SBC to la bande de Charles Small Victorian. Small Victorian child, small Victorian child, small Victorian child, small Victorian child, small Victorian child. Charles Small Victorian. The road functions on the borders across the planet. Sugar, ice picks and criminal. Charles Small Victorian. Tigers come on board. Charles Small Victorian. Charles Small Victorian. Small Victorian child. Small Victorian child. Small Victorian child. Small Victorian child. That the servants give their order, knowledge, and as you walk on in the footsteps of Steve Bale and his arch enemies in the encrusted green on Wild, you know that you are a spoiled Victorian child.
Track 12. Enigmatic Dream Idiocy.
Modernity, modernity, Water Lane, 0171 5599. Dream Sat May, Tents and Tomatoes at Blackpool, where Jimmy Bloomfield has been brought back to host jousts in modernity. One of the many football grounds that have been converted to hold this revived sport.
From today and forthwith, jousts at modernity.
Jousts in modernity, charged landscape. Watching the female bouts at the beginning on the tent-bedecked terraces, I exclaim out aloud, it's too drafty in here. Those girls will certainly catch their death of cold. I'm shoved to left by bearded steward. But every movement, my companion catches, reprimands me. I am completely deaf, so cannot gauge my own voice volume. Large tomatoes and gold and beige striped tents plonked on brand new soccer terracing seem to symbolise a clean-shaven, new decadence. The Lancashire Northern Western Quarter has seemed to materialise overnight. Its citizens plump, voyeuristic. Slowly they watch every movement, by anybody or anything. I bless my uncanny ability to blend. My friend Matthew is not so lucky. His wife is home at last from hospital. It is his first day out in weeks, always energetic, and too sharp, and is obviously thought drunk. Borrowed a massive decrepit Jaguar car
on brand new soccer terracing seemed to symbolise a new clean-shaven but chip-greasy new decadence. The Lancashire Northern Western Quarter seemed to materialise overnight. Its citizens plump, voyeuristic, slowly they watch every movement. There is no reason to this. This makes New York look Athenic.
For LNWQ, read Rome ended. For the East, read Sparta.
After the rising, things got a lot worse than you would have thought. Take for instance the boats. Take for instance the boats. You go in there with a bath and you think you're a puff. Well, anyway, we walked up all the estates from Manchester right to Newcastle. And the DJs had worsened since the rising, saying words they could hardly pronounce in telephone voices. Was mad and laughed at the same time. In Edinburgh I stayed on my own for a while until the Queen Mother hit town. Hit town. Hit town. Will rise again. The North will rise again. Look where you are, look where you are. The future but my father. I'll give me a Warrington. The meanness there. You got a meanness there. You got a meanness there. You got a meanness there. Gelato Town dwells underground, away from this sickly grind, with a ostrich head dress, a face a mess covered in feathers, orange red with blue black lines, that drip down to his chest, a body a tentacle mess, and a light blue plant heads on. There were men with bison sticks, The fall had made them sick. A man with butterflies on his face. His brother threw acid in his face. I tell ya, your tattoos are screwed. The streets of Soho did reverberates. Where the drunken Highland men reinvents from the lot again. The North had rose again. But it would turn out wrong. The North will rise again. Tony seized the control. He built his base in Edinburgh, and on his hotel wall I heard it fire on a tractor. He took a bluey and he called Total. Who said the North will rise again? Who said the North has rose again? But this has turned out wrong. I will go for foreign aid, but he only laughed down the phone. Said Total, go back to bed. The North has rose today, and you can't stop your aid. 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 Take it off, 5 minutes.
And we are back. We hope you're enjoying listening once again to some live fall and some other odds and sods. Remembering Mark on the 3rd anniversary of his passing, and we just heard the NWRA live at St. Helens Technical College in 1981. And that is actually about to come out, if it hasn't already, as a vinyl LP from Castleface. John Dwyer from the OCs got a tape from Mark Riley and put it out as an LP. And half the proceeds are going to a Manchester Homeless Aid Coalition, so that's great. I think it's an LP and 7-inch single release, once again on Castleface. I know John Dwyer is a big Fall fan. I love John Dwyer. Every time WFMU would broadcast an OC's show or something, I always got morbidly abused from the stage. One time I came out of a porta potty and he announced to a festival crowd that I was coming out of a porta potty, and I was just looking in bewilderment. And other awful things, graffiti, and you gotta love the guy. And he's a big Fall fan. And the OC is still going very strong as well. But anyway, that album is coming out on Castleface, St. Helens Technical College. Great show, great lineup, 1981. We heard something from the demos for the Post Nearly Man, a Mark E. solo release, came out in the late 90s. Enigmatic Dream. We heard Spoilt Victorian Child from 1985. From the Bricks years, the Beggar's Banquet years. That was live at Clitheroe Castle in England, right around the time of this nation's saving grace. Another fine album as well. Fiery Jack, live 1979, with the Dragnet lineup, which just took over for the Live at the Witch Trials lineup with some shifts, but a whole new band kind of around then. And that was live in Cambridge, Massachusetts. They got over here back in 1979. They did some extensive touring that early as well. Fiery Jack. We heard The Horror in Clay, another demo from the Post Nearly Man. Middle Mass, live in Switzerland from a Crazy Levels audio tape with Craig Scanlon just clanging away on that one. And that was live from BL Switzerland from 1983, right after Mark Riley left. Great show. City Hobgoblins, live from a show at the Plaza in Glasgow, which Mark announced somewhere in the show that it reminded him of The Shining in there. 1981. And also from Chicago from 1981, Winter, live from Tuts in Chicago. Great song from the Hex Induction Hour. We are going to continue on with some more stuff. We're kind of creeping in chronological order. I don't know if that's good or not, or we should have shuffled it all up, but I'm crazy when it comes to hyper planning playlists. But we're going to hear something from a great show in 1988 in Boston, on tour for the Friends Experiment, and I think Curious Orange was just about to come out, or might have already, but anyway, we're going to hear the title track, and let us check into that right now.
Curious around, sure.
positively deranged. They were curious around. They were curious around. They were curious around. They built the atom bomb, made the Jews go to school, free the black man too. They were curious around. They were curious around. And sent missionaries out to southern lands. Sent missionaries out to foreign lands. The Arab lusted after them. They were curious around. Get some well done gone. Whoever's smoking those Indonesian cigarettes, please leave. Fascist country, Indonesia, Jakarta. You're supporting a fascist government by smoking those grotesque bags.
What I want to know is, why don't real bands with real singers that don't go round explaining themselves? That's right, go ahead, get ahead with your puerile, slurred word rigmarole and put it out. On the lids, it's down. Congeal both the rest of your post-nearly half-realised bird-like thoughts clogging the solo 70s or new intellectual skinhead morass.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but that fraction, that small fraction missing, is sometimes the most important. We gave you, I am Bobby. We gave you, I am Bobby.
That's a radio one. And I wish for we find that not down on London. They say, whoa, that different day. They rubber that dance man. But Prince Charles God and a Lady Diana. And then the two of them a come and they must have gone down. So New York, Passy man, we love you. I wanna hear you say yes. I wanna hear you say yes. I know England, Passy man, we love you. I wanna see you walk, I wanna see you walk. I know I up a mountain, I me say, whoa, ragamuffin, man, be cool and relax. So now go on, ragamuffin, never control this man. They say, yes, man, to the man, for the you a boom, shakatak, Lord, we a go rock out this man. They say, woman and papi, never the one that can non-stop. And the woman and man, them have to understand that the food that they pressure, yeah, they might better run for a ram dance, and we a ram dance, man. Me say, ram it in the kid, me say, in the kid.
On a 2-pound birthday.
Which one? You are party man, we love you. I wanna hear you say yes. I wanna hear you say yes. New England party man, we love you. I wanna hear you say yes. I wanna hear you say yes. I'm Mr. Boys and Wonderfish and we go all about. And we sing it east, west and also the song. Mr. Yes, the ragamuffin man and we know both. And I yes under the ash and them a talk all about. Mr. Ram dance, Mr. we a rope neck foot. And a reggae veteran and we a reggae veteran. Mr. Boy, but the man say you are my veteran. So the woman and man, them a be understand.
Escape route! Paul Media Craig for his honours bench during his Scandinavian stint. He set high to host the Viking. High host. And during the lull in his attack, stopping off, he drops in his air. And a British.
Is it in cavalry? And J. Wilson said, I can't stand, I can't stand the first one on the walking bears. Paper times 2. Paper times 2. Everywhere. And not a scrap, a drop of water. Don't forget. Say forget it. They think they've got Aristotle, Onassis, but in fact they've got James, Fennings, Prestwick, in Cumbria, and Lance.
Chill and Fury. Gas boiler like cellar of Grammatina. Gas boiler.
Alistair on the beat. All the tops hit the wheel. I felt good in my hood. It was the night of the housemates. Night of the housemates. I felt good in my red hood. I felt safe in my red hood. Ten bottom, sea bottom came out, serpentine in a marble sepulchre, chasing me up the beach. I said goodbye to my boyhood. I said goodbye to my green hood and the red hood and the green. The wave of fantasy crashed against crashing into the rocks of reality. red last path. The serpentine scene came out of the sea and told me I felt so good in my green hood. It was a night of the roommates. When the fantasies crashing into the rocks of reality behind me. The shoe is in your dream vision, the closed dreams of your dress serves everywhere, chopped off. Usually alone, as possible, Scottish style thrill. Turn half, turn over, never roll. And the skylights lit up on the skylights lit up on the serpentine came out of the sea. The waves crashing behind me. She is 16, and the dreams of the 10 best Britons coming out of the sea. Going up on the rocks, rock, shock, Blackpool rock, shock. Usually, as possible, Scottish. Fish cop, black quiet milk. Fish cop, Blackside Mill. She is 16. 16, not serpentine. But it looks like a wild octopus 8. I turned away from beach and went off the sand. This cover.
Chill and fury. Gas boiler like that. Set out of grammatina. Got down the boiler. Instead. Got down the boiler. Instead.
National.
All right, we're back. Another set, remembering the life of Mark Edward Smith, and digging deep into some demos and some rehearsal tapes in that set. And it's nice to hear the assortment of variety of things that went on in recording. That was a live version of the Monks tune. Mark was a big Monks fan. Of Higgledy Piggledy live in 2005 in Nottingham. A few months ago, Eleni Palou was here. We did a guest special together and we played that. She dug that one out, and it's a pretty awesome live version. And I love the Monks as well. We heard Iodio, a demo version of Green Eyed Loco Man from 2002. That was on the Country in the Click / The Real New Fall LP in its finished version. That's a very cool and interesting version there. Blindness and the demo of that called Blind Man. Was speaking with a friend the other night about all the crazy music that's turning up in TV ads, and she alerted me Ema Sumac was in an Apple ad, and I was like, oh wow, Blindness should be in a TV ad. That's a great driving song. And she informed me that it was indeed in a Toyota ad. But there you have a 2004 demo of Blindness. We heard a tape collage made up of rehearsal room stuff from 1988. Recognized a couple tunes being worked out in there in between some stuff going on the radio. Pretty amazing. We heard I'm Bobby, once again from Mark's Post Nearly Man demos from 1998. Bremen Nacht from The Channel in Boston in 1988. Fall were playing very heavy and tight on that tour. Super powerful in America for that tour after the Friends experiment. And we heard Curious Orange also from that same gig. My name's Brian. We're going to finish up the show today with two more from some 2006 gigs from the fall. You should watch this one on YouTube too. Pretty great performance. This is when he had the band made up of Eleni and members of White Fence, the American band who joined the Fall in 2006, and were a really good backing band, really good collaborative band, I'd say. So we're going to play two tracks from this show and a special request to round off the show. Thank you all for listening. Once again, my name is Brian. You can email us at btradio85@gmail.com. The show's up every 2 weeks on brianturnershow.com. You can also subscribe to Mixcloud. You can get it on Apple Podcasts. You can hear it on Effer Legang every other Wednesday as well. And thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for all the great feedback. I skipped over an entire decade, but we only have one show here. But for those interested in hearing more of this kind of fall stuff, you can check out my archive on wfmu.org/playlist/BT from when I was there. There were 2015 shows, 2 of them that were all live set, or rather live outtakes. We also interviewed Bricks and Mark Riley and Steve Hanley on those shows, and the band Spectre Folk played in the studio doing all fall covers. I'll put a link on the page to those archives you can check out. And we also did a show memoriam as well, I think in 2018, right before I split FMU. But thanks for listening. Hope some of our fall fans are tuned in for this, and we will speak soon. Remembering Mark.